Okay, alright homies, what's up everybody? We're back with yet another, Judge the Supers, right? Yeah, we're back with Mortal Kombat 1. I gave a whole, review. I don't know if it's up yet on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it is. I wanted to do Mortal Kombat again because we've already judged the fatalities. We're missing, some, these three characters. I want to take a look at the Animalities, the new fresh way to finish off an opponent in Mortal Kombat. And Animalities is not a really new fresh thing that happened in MK history. There were Animalities back in the old MK games, like UMK3, I believe, MK2. That was back when Midway was when Mortal Kombat was Midway, before it got acquired by Warner Brothers and became Netherealm Studios as we know today. And usually I attributed that because MK back then was just more wacky. It was, not very serious like how it is now. I mean, it's pushing more into the realism. Mortal Kombat has always been known for their graphics, and it wants to push how real it could be to the person next to me sort of thing, And it's also, Mortal Kombat's also really known for their fatalities, their gore, that's their commercial branding. That's their commercial branding of fatalities. What we're going to be doing is rating each new fatality for every single character as of right now, right? I know there's going to be more with Ghostface, the Robert Patrick Terminator, and Conan the Barbarian, but I want to take a look and rate the Animalities of this game more than later on, right? So let's do that, right? Let's totally do that. There you go. I was like, what the fuck?
Fatality.
Huh.
Noob Saibot wins. Flawless victory.
Flawless victory. I kind of like this one, right? This was, I think, the first debuted fatality for Noober McCyboticus. I like the idea behind it because it's him using his shadow to lunge at the opponent, because it's a really interesting gimmick of a brutalizer, of a fatalizer, to use shadows as your weapon. I thought it was gonna be eat the shadow, so that it's gonna eat the shadow or beat up the opponent's shadow, and that's gonna be the fatality. That would be my kind of take on it, but no, it's interesting. He does the Sub-Zero spine rip, because that's Noob Saibot lore, right? But he just ripped the whole bitch's skeleton apart. Damn. I would say that's a 7. I would say that's a 7, Right here, right?
Fatality. Noob Saibot wins.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
I kind of like this first one a little bit more. All it really is, it's you're tag teaming, you're doing a Team DHC fatality against the opponent, and that's cool, but it feels like a kung fu movie. I think Kung Lao or Liu Kang could have done that job. Well, Liu Kang can do that because he's a god now, but I feel like Kung Lao could fit the spot. I don't think so. It's not that great. This one's kind of a meh. This one's a 6 at best. So it's the crocodile. Oh my god, a crocodile.
Animality. Noob Saibot wins. Flawless victory.
It's a fucking gator. So we're gonna be judging this, we're gonna be judging the animalities of how wacky and accurate of how like the fatalizers are. How unique it is for like said like creature. How original is it? Because like when I think of like a gator, I think that's like the typical method, but I kind of like this one because it's a callback to MK9 Noob Saibot's fatality, where he like splits you from your crotch, like splits you in half, sort of thing. It's really sick. It is basic because it's like a gator, like uses its mouth as like its weapon, you know, eats you up. But incorporates Noob Saibotness, so I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 for that one. Okay.
Fatality. Zyrax wins.
Okay.
Flawless victory.
It's an interesting Cyrax fatality. Like, she just, like, throws a lot of these, like, green goblin bombs. And kind of, like, makes you, like, an art form. It reminds me of, Frost's fatality in MK11. Where she, like, throws the frost bomb. And your body is just, like, a decorative art piece. And it just stays there. At least, like, Cyrax, you know, mercy kills you. But it would be funny if Reptile just stays there like, you know? That would have been really funny. But I guess that deserves like... That deserves a 7. The second one now.
Fatality. Zyrax wins. Flawless victory.
I kind of like this one too. This one's also an 8. What did I say the first one? 7 or 8? Oh yeah, it was an 8. Right. This one's 8 out of 10 as well. Incorporates new era Cyrax, which is really interesting to me because Cyrax and Sector's more of the techno vibes. Cyrax here just like, yeah, she's all about running, parkour, things like that. So she like plays soccer with your head and then she like squishes your head. It's a very interesting take, but I still like miss like the beep boop bops of the Robo Ninjas of past MKs. Just a little bit of a soft spot for them because of how like techno-y it is. But I still give this one an 8. It's like very simple. It's not over the top, but she does play like soccer on you. It is a little bit lackluster, but it is unique. Oh, it's a bee or a hornet, right?
Zyrax wins. Flawless victory.
Yeah, it's a hornet or a bee. Yeah, this one was kind of like, yo, if you're scared of bees, if you're scared of like hornets, then this would be really like traumatizing for you. It is unique and original for Cyrax to be like a bee, but at the same time, what does a bee do? Like sting the shit out of you, you know? So it does its job. It injects venom. I thought it would be really lackluster if the bee like leaves and it pieces the fuck out and you just inflate like a balloon. Actually, yeah, I would prefer that. Yeah, it just like fills you up with like bee juice and you get to blow up. This one's an 8. This one's an 8 as well. All right. Oh, that's why it's called Kremitz. Damn.
Fatality. Sector wins. Flawless victory.
I do like this one, yeah. I was already in love with like Sector, just playstyle wise, because of how many different anims she has, and she is just so Iron Man. She is just so Iron Man and hurts. Especially in here, she just does full on level 1 super repulsor blast. That's all it like really is, you know? I want to see that again, you know? Like, she charges up her fire pulsers and she like burns the shit out of you. Becomes like a fucking like cannon or a proton cannon. Fire proton cannon.
Flawless victory.
I give that a 9. I give that a 9 out of 10. Right? She's already like Iron Man, you know? Alright. Oh, this is what we saw in the trailer for her.
Fatality. Sector wins. Flawless.
And she does like a superhero landing. Yeah, this is so Iron Man. But this one also gets like a 9. The act of like jettisoning your ass to like orbit, freezing you, and then coming back down, and then do like a kind of like a superhero landing. Most of the time you would just leave his ass to like space, and then that would be that. You know? Right? Unless you're like Liu Kang, where he like takes you to space, and then like summons a black hole, and the black hole rips you apart, sort of thing. You know? I think this is a cool creative take on the superhero stuff. You know? Ooh, a rhino! Ooh, a rhino!
Sector wins. Flawless victory.
Flawless victory. A rhino's like a unique take for Sector. Does it attribute to her? Like, maybe? Yeah, bullheaded? What is a rhino's, like, lethal power? Like, their charging power and their horn stabs the shit out of you. I'd say this is a cool one. I'll like, give it, like, maybe, like, a 6? No, a 7. 7 animality for, Sector. At least, like, the rhino, like, stomps you down. She's charging, like, so much that it rips your arms. Alright, I guess that's the animalities, or fatalities and animalities for the DLC. Now we can go, random. Now we can go random and... Oh, I see why. Damn.
Animality. Tanya wins.
Who knew a giraffe can be very, very, like, lethal? I say this one is creative. I am not a zoologist or a animalogist. I can kind of see, like, the animality being, being, like, lethal. It's definitely, like, an 8, but it's kind of like the act of, like, well, no, it's a 9. Okay, I'll give it a 9 for being, like, a giraffe, you know, just Hulk smash, and the body, like, breaks apart, sort of thing. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Sindel wins.
Ugh.
Flawless victory.
Ugh. I think this will be like one of those fatalities where like, it grosses you out, or just like cringes you out. Like there are like some ones in Mortal Kombat that like cringe you the fuck out. Like a few ones are like, what was it? Yeah. Devora from MKX and MK11. Yeah, nasty bitch that does like bug shit. This just sort of reminds me of that. Bites your head and injects like all of her like children inside of you. Nah. I will give that like a 6. I get it. Spider. But, literally like traumatizing, and I'm used to like, you know, well, gore, and I've seen all different levels to an extent, but nah, man, I don't like that. I don't like spider shit.
Cage to wardrobe. Heavy bite, take one. Action.
What? Oh, this is just funny. Of course.
Animality.
Oh, this is just funny.
Johnny Cage wins.
That one's a 9.
Flawless victory.
Would it be a 9 or a 10? Maybe I'm thinking of like 10? Because so far we've seen characters morphing into an animal or magically space dust turning into an animal. Johnny Cage just gets like a prop, puts it on his head. The most unmagical fucking character there is so far yet in MK1. Yeah, he just reenacts Jaws, the poster for Jaws. You know, like, of course, he's all about acting and moving puns. That's a 10. Okay, I'll say it. It's a 10 out of 10. That's a 10 out of 10 animality. Okay, got it. Ah, it's a ram. It's a ram. That's cool.
Animality. Reiko wins. Flawless victory.
Yeah, a ram. Ram. Thick-headed. Strong fucking horns. You know, that's a ram. Just like charges at you. You know, nothing too flashy. You know what would make it like comical is like if the ram does like, you know, flash shit. Whoosh, whoosh, like whoosh, takes out your legs. Whoosh, takes out your body. And then final whoosh, like takes out your head, sort of thing, you know? That would be really funny. Just like the comedic side of it. But it's a ram. Just charges at you. You know? I would say a 7. It's a ram. It's what a ram does. This one's gonna be predictable as all hell. How did I know? Bad for a bad.
Animality. Netherealm wins.
I mean, yeah, like, it's a very bland character, a very bland voice, fitting for a very bland fatality, man. That's a fucking 5 out of 10. The most staple, normalist fatality you could ever, like, do, right? The action itself, like, biting off your head, yeah, it's like biting off your head. It would have been much more better if it was, like, sucking the juice, the blood juice of Reptile. That would have made it work. Very lackluster. I'm gonna have to drop it down to a 4 now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop it down to a 4. It was very stupid. Alright. Oh my god, it's a dinosaur! It's a dinosaur! Why is it all skeleton though?
Quan Chi wins. Flawless victory.
I like this animality because it's different from how I imagined it. It like subverts my expectations. Like when you see like a big creature like a T-Rex, it's like, yeah, go all out, go for a T-Rex, you know? All flesh and skin, make them like the Jurassic Park T-Rex, all like the actual sounds and everything. No, let's make them all bones. So what are you gonna do with like all bones? Since if it's a T-Rex, you just like bite the shit out of him and just waggle its ass around. But the best part is that it just consumes it, like puts it in his stomach like a real dinosaur would. You know? Imagine if this was the Night at the Museum T-Rex, the friendly like dog dinosaur. Imagine if it got that fucking violent. Yeah, so I'll give it like an 8 because it's comical, right? It subverts your expectations. right? I'll say it's like a 8 out of 10. Oh, it's a griffin. I was close though. I was close though.
Flawless victory.
I was kind of close. I thought it would be like an eagle. No, it's a griffin, but it's painted in all red, white, and blue except for the bottom parts. That's like a mythological creature. Still is like an animal. But yeah, it's a griffin. Drags you. You know, does shit. I'm not too familiar with griffins, I'm sorry. At least it like it lasers you. I would say this is like an 8. With just like Homelander shit. A Venus flytrap. A Venus flytrap. You don't see those.
Victory.
Yeah, I think that's a 10 out of 10. A Venus flytrap you don't see often in Mortal Kombat, you know? Right? I think my dad had long time ago, he got a Venus flytrap as a plant. I don't know if it's still here in the house, but he had it one time as like a plant decoration. I don't know if it really did the job well, right? But I remember a few times my dad telling me, Farhan, don't touch the Venus flytrap, your hand will get hurt. And I didn't touch it, so I believed him. But yeah, you never see like a Venus flytrap. You know, you get like how it works, but not visually how it works. That one's really interesting. That's like a that's like a 10 out of 10 for me. Okay. It's an eel.
Animality.
Cool. An electric eel.
Flawless victory.
That one's a 9. I think in the back of my head before this fatality, I was... What was I expecting? Well, something was like lightning. So maybe like a jellyfish? Maybe like a jellyfish? No, an electrical eel. Yeah, it just like zaps the shit out of you because that's Raiden. Very like typical. Why didn't like Raiden have this where like, you know, Raiden short circuits your ass? Like a lot of like the things that like Raiden can like do with like, you know, the element of like lightning. Like it just does like dismemberment or, you know, explosives. I mean in here is also as well, but you can do a fuck ton of different things with like lightning. Which is kind of like, you know, if we're like, if we're in the scope of like judging a fatality, I think it's like a little bit lackluster that it just does that. But I'll still like give it an 8. I wish you could like do more, you know? Oh, a swarm of locusts.
Animality. Wins. Flawless victory.
This one's not too bad, right? It's not too gross, but the visceralness, yeah, it's a little bit there. Not as about as high as Sindel's, but like, yeah, a swarm of locusts, woof. Just like, I remember being like scared as a kid. I remember watching this like locust movie back on Sci-Fi, and it was a family out in picnic, and the locusts like came in. The mom and dad saved their son, but the mom and dad get like eaten alive by like insects. And the boy was like traumatized. It's like, oh god, dude, that's so fucked. But it makes sense for like Ermac though. It makes sense for Ermac. We are many, you are one. Swarms attack, locusts attack in like packs, right? There's like a whole like, you know, swarm of them. That one's an 8. That one's an 8 out of 10. I'll give it that. Oh, it's a phoenix!
Animality.
Huh.
Liu Kang wins.
Huh.
Flawless victory.
You know, now seeing like a phoenix for Liu Kang, that kind of makes sense. Right? He's now a god in the new era, right? Makes sense that he's like a phoenix, since like mythological creature rises from like the ashes, sort of thing. You can't really like kill a god, and gods are really like powerful creatures. Yeah, that makes sense. I like the fact that like a phoenix like burn like let me give you a hug, and it like puts you in like in a fire oven, and you don't really see like the gore, right? It's like really tame, right? You mostly get like a close-up of like the corpse's like body, but no, Liu Kang's like, shh, 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 shh. No gore here. You are with me now, my child. Boom, you know? Yeah, that one's a 9 out of 10. That one's a 9. I like that one. Oh, that's right, the praying mantis.
Melina.
Yeah, praying mantis.
Flawless victory.
That makes sense for Melina. She's always eating people and shit. Always like, Melina always goes for the head. She always goes for the head. Just the head. I remember reacting to this when Chaos Reigns debuted back at like Comic-Con, and I remember, ooh. It's not as, well, okay, but now it's like, it's not as bad as Sindel's or Ermac's, so it's a little bit down, but I would say it's like a 7, since we've already seen it before. It's creative, it's cool, but we've seen it before in Chaos Reigns, so we have an understanding of like what it is beforehand. Oh, the hippo! We saw the hippo.
Animality. Geras wins.
It spits it out. Yeah. This is also like Melina's. We've seen this fatality before in like in a few snippets or analysis, right? Geras would be a hippo. What does a hippo do? They just like have big mouths and just like they have monstrous fucking straights in their mouths, dude. Like hippos are fucking scary. I remember a friend telling me that like hippos is one of the most deadliest creatures, one of the most deadliest creatures known to man, and I could understand why. It's so like, wow, this thing can like crush fucking like watermelons and shit, you know, whole watermelons. It is basic, right? It's not very like creative because that's what like hippos are, but I want to say a 6. 6 for Geras, 7 for Melina, right? 7 for Melina, yeah. We've seen this before, but with the hippo, it's like, what can you do with a hippo, right? What the fuck can you do with a hippo of all creatures? Back down, okay. It's a bear! Damn.
Animality. General Shao.
It's a bear, yeah.
Flawless victory.
It's a literal freaking bear. Falls in line with General Shao. You know, just this big brute. Savagely, like, you know, oppress you. Things like that. Bears are also really, like, vicious in nature if you aggravate it. I like the effect of it. Just, like, savagely, like, biting you and, like, dragging your ass all over. Things like that. I would say a 7. Because it's kind of like, you know, Geras. What can you do with a hippo? What can you do with a bear? But there's more things you can do with a bear, right? You're allowed to, like, be creative. But, yeah, that's just, like, what a bear does. Okay, got it. It's a pufferfish! Oh, that's right.
Animality.
I say the puffer...
Rain wins.
I'd say the pufferfish is creative as all hell. That one we've seen before, but where have you ever seen a pufferfish? Like, a pufferfish is like needles. like are deadly toxins, but yeah, pufferfish just yeah, that one's a 9. Pufferfish is definitely like a 9 out of 10 fatality. That what more can you say? Just gets inside you and then inflates and kablowy, explode. Yeah, 9 out of 10 fatality. A mammoth!
Sub-Zero wins.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
Mammoth sends out Manny from Ice Age and wrecks the shit out of you. Impales you with his tusk. I would say, you know, it would have been better if you like stomped on the body, right? Something like that, maybe. Or you know what you could have done? Like maybe like a stampede, mammoth stampede, something like that. I would say this one's a 6. I would say this one's a 6. Oh, 3 down, not 4 downs. Wolves, okay.
Kenshi wins. Flawless victory.
You know, I want to give it a high score, but at the same time, I want to give it a low score. Like, one fatality before, this is one of those cases where it's like, yeah, it's an animality, and the most common, like, you know, animality would be like a wolf or something four-legged creature like a dog mauling the shit out of you, biting the shit out of you, things like that. I think that's a very stereotypical fatality, right? Because that's like what they do. But I do like the fact of it's Kenshi, so he summons his sword spirit to help him out. But it's like a pack. It's like kind of like a pack of wolves vibe, and just like pouncing on a dude and then just like biting the shit out of him very viciously until like death. At least it rips him up. So I think this is like a 5 out of 10, right? I think this is a 5 out of 10. Huh, a hummingbird.
Animality. Kitana wins.
Huh.
Flawless victory.
That's definitely unique. A hummingbird. Compared to the one that we saw about wolves, a hummingbird is like something we never see before. Just this peaceful, like looking like long-nosed avian bastard. Doing all that shit to you at very high speeds. A hummingbird, or is it a hummingbird or a pecking bird? This gentle like creature doing horrible atrocities to you. I would say that's an 8. I would say that's an 8 out of 10. A gorilla!
Animality. Smoke wins. Flawless
I would have not guessed a gorilla for Smoke. For being, you know, a ninja. A gorilla would have been better for, like, Reiko or Shao Kahn. Yeah, that would have been much more a better fit. Because gorillas to me would be like powerhouses, bruisers, dumb fucking idiots. You know, that sort of thing. I would not imagine Smoke, a ninja, being like, a gorilla? Maybe like a bodyguard, maybe? I wish it was longer, though. I wanted, like, the gorilla to, like, slam him down here or there. You know, like, that sort of shit, right? He did not do that. He just, like, peeled off its mouth. Like, ooh, little toy. You know, like, it's comical in a way, but not what I was expecting. I would say a 7. A 7 out of 10 for Smoke's Gorilla Monkey. A panda.
Animality. Lee May wins. Flawless victory.
Lee Mays get a 9 out of 10. I like this one. Yeah, it's a panda, right? Lazy motherfuckers. What are they gonna do? Roll around and slowly like eats your hand, like takes your hand and sits on your fucking head until it explodes. Yeah, that's a 9 out of 10. That's comical. I like it. I like Lee Mays. That's really funny. Okay. Huh, a scorpion.
Animality.
I like it.
Scorpion.
This is one of the only few animalities where it's actually cool looking. Like I want to like watch it again just to like process. Yeah, just like grabs you by the leg, stings the shit out of you. Damn, that one's a cool looking fatality.
Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
That one's really cool. I like it. Yeah. I give it like an 8. An 8 though. I mean, yeah. Stabs you, throws you up. That's it. And also I was expecting something weird. Like it's just Scorpion. I think I remember in the old games, like Scorpion turned into a penguin, something like that in the older Mortal Kombat games. That was really weird. It was not accurate, but it was funny. It was funny to say the least. It's a porcupine. Oh god. Porcupine or hedgehog?
Animality. Baraka wins. Flawless victory.
I like the detail for the hedgehog with his like fucked up teeth. You know what would have been funny? If it rolled around like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like just charge up its spin and then like blitz his ass. But yeah, I just like shot him up and shot him 1,000 like needles. This one's kind of like a 6. Cause once again, another one of those things where it's like, what do you do with a porcupine or a hedgehog? What do you do with that creature? Okay, got it. Huh. Huh.
Flawless victory.
So it's not any alien in the known alien species catalog. No, it's like actually like a horrific ass fucking like alien. That makes sense for Omni-Man since both this and the Animality are aliens. They're both creatures from outer space. Apparently this is from the show, but yeah, it's just like just this presence alone is like a 9 out of 10. Or actually no, let's bump it up. It's a 10 out of 10. Dude, it's like a different take on Animalities. It's a fucking like kaiju, fugly looking space alien. Yeah, I'll give it like a 10 out of 10. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Animality. Peacemaker wins. Flawless victory.
Okay, so fun little like spoiler fact, right? I think I got spoiled by this fatality by my mod, Bieber Bang Booba T, James. I think he spoiled me this, and I was like, yo, this is the greatest fatality ever. I think this is the greatest fatality ever known to man / animality. I love this. I love this one. Right? I want to watch it again. Summons Eagly. Hey, high fives, bro. Both tag team swoops in. Summons out machine guns. The other drops down a grenade. And Eagly carries the American flag on the fucking, like, background. I love this animality. This one's a fucking 10 out of 10. 100 out of 10. This is the animality that beats all animalities. I was just looking for a silly fucking fatality, right? I was looking for a silly fucking fatality. This is the one for me, right? How much more sillier can you get, you know? I love this one. This. Oh, an octopus.
Animality. Takeda wins.
It makes sense on some levels because of the lashes or the whips that he has. It makes sense on the octopus. I don't know about like all together. This one's like an 8 though because it's an octopus. Or like the Kraken. Right, I'm gonna call it the Kraken.
Animality. Shang Tsung wins.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
A snake. It's very stereotypical of Shang Tsung. He is a snake. I was expecting an owl. It didn't subvert my expectations. It just actually kept my expectations in line. Yeah, 8 out of 10. That's like... Well, no, not 8 out of 10. I'm sorry. Just like the snake coils around you. I thought it would like squeeze him so hard that it would gush out blood like Khan in MKX. He like bear hugs you and then like erupts you like a soda can. This one's very like classic, you know. This one's a 7. It's still cool looking though, but it's very like 1-to-1 with the character. There you go. Got it. Oh, a tiger. Oh. Oh.
Kung Lao wins. Flawless victory.
Okay, another one of those things where it's like conflicting like Kenshi's, right? A tiger, but yeah, just like a tiger bites you in the head and drags you around. Very typical tiger or mammal behavior. But what I did not expect is like the face rip. That one was really cool. Fucked up, but cool. And then at the end, like, bites your back and rips out your spine. I'm the king of the jungle. Yeah, this one's like an 8. I'll be nice for it. Huh, unicorn. And it creates sparkles. Ow.
Animality. Ashra wins. Flawless victory.
I'm glad it's a unicorn though, and not a generic fucking horse. What's a horse gonna do, right? Gonna trample all over you and like stomp you. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. But it'd be very like plain. I'm glad Ashra's a unicorn that spews like that creates rainbow tracks and rainbow breaths. This is a 9 out of 10. Just straight up like a 9 out of 10. No need. Okay. A hyena.
Animality. Havoc wins. Flawless victory.
This This one's very lackluster. We were just talking about like Kenshi, though Kenshi's like same but different. This one is just very much like, this one's a 2. Yeah, it's a hyena. I like that it's like little bits of face is fucked up because Havoc shit. It's a very generic animal fatality. Just like pounces on you, like bites you and rips apart like whatever they're like biting at. Pretty much it. That's all. This one's legit like a 2. This one's legit a 2 out of 10. It's nothing too crazy. Like, it's actually like the blandest fatality or animality I've seen. We've seen all these like crazy different like creatures, and then we have like a hyena, most bare bones, like just lame. This one's a 2 out of 10, dogs. Damn, bro. Okay, so I think we covered all of the characters so far. Damn, an hour and 40. I think like the best ones are John Cena's, Homelander's, Reptiles, Johnny Cage, and that's for 10 out of 10s. I think like some 9 out of 10s would be like Liu Kang, Ermax was also really good. Quan Chi's was also really good. Ashra's was also really good, 9 out of 10. Who else had a cool looking fatality? Scorpion had a cool looking fatality. Melina's was also really cool. Kitana's was very unique. Takeda's also. And the rest, yeah, like very, you know, the hard part with like with like these types of fatalities, animalities, is like, you know, how much can you explore with an animal, or how much can you do with an animal? You know, how creative can you get? And I think that's kind of like the hard part. Animalities are a cool idea to utilize as like a finisher, right? Back in the old school Mortal Kombats, but at least like in the midway era, there was a lot of like free reign, free roam. So you had like weirdest kind of like creatures, like an anteater or a skunk, things like that, you know? And they were like called fatalities. It was not really like gory, but they were just called fatalities back then. They were just charming, cute, wacky, nonsensical, you know, hokey. A lot of like the animals, like a lot of like the, you know, the fanged creatures, they just like bite and shit, you know? Right, that's what they do. That's like their main weapon, is like they bite. But it still is like cool looking to see animalities and how much you can go into animalities, you know? The most like blandest fatality would be like fucking Havoc's, man. For a guy that like does all this like Chaos Realm shit, you know, and is the headliner of the DLC, he has a whack-ass fucking fatality, man. That is the most lamest fatality you could ever have. Just eats the just like gnaws and eats the shit out of you, right? That's all it really is. Nothing too crazy or special. Nothing too crazy. But the rest appear to have like good fucking animalities, right? They're not like boring or, you know, they're not very stereotypical. They're unique to like some degrees and some levels. I wish they were more extraneous or more subverting your expectations. But yeah, that's what animalities are. You know what I would like for them to like come back? Maybe babalities or friendships. Just sort of these like cute, funny ways to finish off an enemy. I would love for that to like come back. Because yeah, you know, like Mortal Kombat, right? Its headliner is like gore. But man, I want to see like some of like the hokey cheese that is in Mortal Kombat. You know? I kind of miss like that era of like cheese and like wackiness and silliness. Right? As much as I love like Mortal Kombat like gameplay and things like that, but I miss like the cheesiness aspect to it. I would love for them to like bring back more fatalities or fatality archetypes. You know, things like that. But yeah, like this is a not bad fatality roster. I like this. I like this. Right? It's pretty cool.